Real Madrid defeat Real Sociedad 5-4 on aggregate in the Copa del Rey semifinals. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, this game here is one of the most confusing game I've seen as a Real Madrid fan. There was just so many ups, so many downs. It's hard to where you want to start off. Here, I have all this down. In the beginning of the game, Endrick, for me, Endrick was a really key part of the team. He deserves way more minutes than he deserves. I think a whole problem with Carlos Ancelotti, but I'm gonna get that later on. I think I say it almost every time Real Madrid play, but Endrick deserves he really does deserve minutes into the game. He, for me, is a proper number 9, and he's so young. And I think if he was given the chance, people will start comparing him and Lamine Yalmal, not skill wise, just more like, that youngster for this team. No one talks about Endrick like people talk about Yalmal. So I'm saying, like, if Endrick was given the chance, he will be more hyped up. People are saying Endrick was a flop. They spent like 40 million, 50 million on a 17-year-old kid at the time, 16-year-old kid, and yeah, I feel like every time he gets onto the pitch, he shows what he can do. He has amazing shooting, amazing physicality, and he just doesn't get minutes. Same with so many other players like Rodrygo, who at this game when he got on, the first 10 minutes he gets an assist and he helps win the game, and he just has amazing through balls and passes. These two players are just rotting on the bench, and I hate seeing that. I hate seeing Real Madrid having so much talent and they're just not giving, them a chance. And it's been going like this forever now, and I hate to see it. I really, really do. Here in the first half, Lucas Vazquez is not marking his men. I have down here in the notes, which leads Real Madrid to a 1-0 deficit. And I said it. I still don't know why Lucas Vazquez starts at right back. I really don't. I'm just really confused why he's given the chance at right back. Sure, he's not gonna play attacking. No, I mean, like, you have way more other better attacking options, but he's a natural born winger. He's not a right back. You're not gonna make him play in a position where he's not comfortable at. And I hate saying people hating on Lucas Vazquez. I hate on him, but it's just because of the position that he is. And when he's attacking, I think he's brilliant at when he's attacking. When he's playing his natural position, or when he goes up more, because usually I do see him pushing up more when he's playing right back. He does good. He goes through the ball, sets up plays, but it's just the back. He leaves his man open. You can't do that, and that concedes Real Madrid the first goal of the game. And here it's just so many options here. So many here I have Endrick's goal and Vini assist. Endrick gets an amazing chip in. Like I said, amazing performance from Endrick with the little time he had. Vini really showed what he's been missing all season. He didn't get a goal, and sure, he made mistakes, but out of their front three attacking, I think Vini was really that player. 2 assists. He really stepped up. And of course, he made mistakes. Don't get me wrong, and Madrid as a whole played bad. I'm not saying Vini played like amazing performance. I'm just saying he finally, starting to do the job what he needs to do. So, right here, Vini Kubo penalty. There was like a little situation towards the end of the first half, where Vini was grabbing Kubo and then Kubo fell. I think it wasn't really a penalty. You have to have more of a, grip, more of a physical touch. He was just more like hovering over him, not really like gripping. So, yeah, I don't think that was really a penalty there. Real Madrid's poor first half. I wrote here 30 minutes. And so I think after Endrick scored that goal in the 30th minute, I think Real Madrid stepped, because before in 30 minutes it was all Real Sociedad. I think Real Sociedad had, they had more possession at the time, and they were just creating more chances, and especially they got the lead. But when Endrick scored, I feel like Real Madrid finally got into the rhythm. They're locking in. They're like, all right, guys, let's go. So I thought that was really good for Real Madrid. Here, Real Madrid became more free. That's what I said. Jude Bellingham's good first half. Jude Bellingham, for me, is just such a key part for Real Madrid. He's such an important player for the team, and the things he does is, out of the world. People compare him with Pedri. For me, it's hard to compare those two. They play way differently, and you can't really compare them. You really can't. Pedri, I love the way Pedri plays. I think he is arguably top 3 best midfielder in the world. In his position, if you want to say, because I feel like Pedri's more of a natural midfielder, and meanwhile Bellingham's more of an attacking, not like a Martin Odegaard attacking, but he's a midfielder that pushes up more. So if you want to say that. Camavinga decent first half. I wrote that in the beginning of the notes, but then afterwards, I did not really see it from Camavinga. Endrick needs more minutes. Yeah. Endrick 100% needs more minutes. That kid is, every time he steps in the field, he shows what he can do. He really does. And that was the halftime, the beginning half. It was nothing. It was nothing crazy for Real Madrid. It was, I feel like it was half and half. After Endrick scored, they're trying to get back into the rhythm, and yeah, I mean, it's just defense issues really. You have, I think the main issue here, because the second half and extra time really shown like what I actually really thought about the game. The first 45, it's just Madrid's defense really. Madrid's defense this whole season, and then this game really showed it that it's an issue, and it's gonna be hard going into the Emirates, and with Saka being back, him scoring today, it's gonna be really hard with if he's gonna mark if Mendy plays and Mendy's having defensive issues, if Camavinga is playing and he didn't really look that bright towards the second half, you know I like Frank Garcia. Yeah, he's more of attacking, but I feel like he can be really aggressive and try to win the ball back. But I mean that's a whole different situation. But that was the first half, and here, yeah, people were saying this was a penalty with Jude Bellingham. I think he headed the ball and then he was trying to go for it again, and the goalie like smacks him in the face, and no penalty, nothing. Uh, I feel like it's similar. That's I think that Real Madrid could have gotten a penalty for that, but for me it was double sided, so it didn't really matter for me. Endrick hit with the cleat. Oh yeah, when Endrick was running down trying to get the ball, and then he trips, and then the cleat like hits him in the jaw. There, he was out for a little bit. A bunch of these Real Madrid players were getting hit in the face. They were getting, Real Sociedad were playing a little dirty. I'm not gonna lie, they were playing really aggressive, and that Vini situation, which I'll get there soon. Sociedad misses passes. That's for Real Sociedad. I realized a lot during the game. They just missed a lot of key passes. It would go through the player. It would go far away from the player, and they would just lose control of the ball, and Real Madrid would just get it right away. And that was I seen that a lot from Real Sociedad. So I had to write that down. 69th minute, Lunin save. That was an amazing save from Andre Lunin. For him, he conceded 4 goals, but it's hard, when you don't have a defense that's not helping you throughout the game. So there's a lot of issues with that. Real Sociedad to goal, Alaba on goal. Like I said before, Alaba was not performing well. And then there was substitutions. This is late into the game, and you still don't put on Brahim Diaz or Arda Güler. And I was just getting frustrated. You put on Modric for was it Lucas Vasquez, and then you put on who do you put on? I'll check here actually. He puts on Endrick for Mbappe, and then I was just really confused about that. Like, I think Modric moved back to a wing back when who got subbed on. I think when actually did he even? I don't remember. I just remember seeing Modric playing more in a deeper role, but I still don't think Modric should have got subbed on. I think Brahim Diaz is a player that and Arda Güler is a player that can change the rhythm of the game, and I think that's what Real Madrid really needed towards the end there, and Madrid will cost from that. And this is mostly an Ancelotti problem there. Bellingham goal, Vini assist, amazing goal from Jude Bellingham. Vini too, Vini was a key part in this game really, and it's hard to see Madrid. How to explain this? It's hard to see when Real Madrid have so much talent in the team, and it's hard for all of them to provide. So it's really good to see Vini finally showing some good. After a bad couple. I guess since January he hasn't really been that player. If you want to say all season, sure, that as well. And then Vini missed chance. I'm trying to remember. I mean, Vini missed quite a few chances. He missed like 2-3 key chances for Real Madrid. Too many goal. It was what, a header. I think I remember. Was it a header? Yeah, I believe it was a header from Chouameni. From let's check here. It was who crossed it? By Rodrygo. Yeah, header. Okay. And then Ozaribo goal, Alaba question mark. Yeah, I'm just Alaba, man. I'm just really confused with Alaba. Bad tackle on Vini. That's one I want to talk about. Vini, that was, I don't know why he wasn't sent off. That was just one of the most dirtiest tackles I've seen, and the player was still on the pitch, and I wanted him out that pitch. If you're going for a two-legged tackle on a player who didn't have the ball, you should get sent off. He got a yellow for that, and it's just it's funny. Like, how do you not get red carded for that, for a challenge like that? I was really confused about that. And then there was Rudiger's goal, which ended off in the game. Madrid won, or Goulet with the cross. There's a lot. There's a lot. And here I have faults. And here I have Alaba and Camavinga with Vasquez and Asensio. Madrid's whole defense was just not it today. It was really bad. Really bad. Camavinga had a bit, he was playing decent towards the first half, and then I don't know what happened after that. And Lucas Vasquez, like I said before, he's not a right back. You need to stop playing him as a right back. He's been playing there for, I think, since last season and the season before that as a backup right back. But that's not his position. You can't keep on playing him there. So I think that's just, I'd rather have Valverde right back. And it's shown that Valverde has been playing pretty well right back. They put Camavinga left back this game. They didn't start Mendy. They didn't start Fran Garcia, and you have to. For me, I think Fran Garcia should be the number one left back going to the rest of the season. I've always said it. I've said it since last season. I've said it since he was in the academy. I said it since he was in Rayo. I really do rate Fran Garcia, and I don't know what's wrong with Ancelotti, but I guess he just doesn't see. Seeing him, really, he's gotten. Don't get me wrong. He's gotten more games, more minutes this season since last, and Ancelotti has praised him this season, in the past before, but he's still, I guess he's not convinced that Fran Garcia is our proper left back, and if he wants to go for a new one, if he wants to go for Alphonso Davies, if he wants to go for Miguel Gutierrez, who's a former Madrid player, if he wants to go for whoever you want to see in left back, if you want to start playing Camavinga left back, which I don't want to see, we'll see what happens there, really. Raul Asensio was just, it's not like he played bad, it's just more like he was a ghost, and it's hard, you need a proper, I guess, duo center back, and Alaba just wasn't it, so I think this really made Asensio not perform as well. I think if he was in Rudiger, I think he plays really well with Rudiger, and Asensio hasn't really had a lot of bad games this season. This was one of them. I think Asensio in total has like 3 like bad games, and if you want to count this one as a bad game, sure, you can count this one. I just think he was more of a ghost than playing bad, And then, and Alaba is just, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He was out for months. He was out for a while actually, and you have to slowly get back into the rhythm, and I don't blame him. But he's just at the moment, he's just not that center back really, and I've said it before many times. I like how Barca are willing to give their academy players a chance, and they mold them. They mold the players before, So if another situation like this happens with Real Madrid, where your whole back line gets injured, your key 3 center backs are injured, and your right back is injured, and you have to force a right wing. You have to force a right wing to play a right back, and you have to force academy players that haven't played in the first team at all to play. You have to be ready for that, and Madrid are very, very lucky that Asensio's been performing the way he has been since December, when Militao got hurt, and I think Madrid, or Ancelotti, and I've been saying this forever now, is you got to mold these players so when a situation like this happens, they're ready to take the mantle. Sure, they're not gonna perform as well. They're not gonna be a Carvajal. They're not gonna be a Militao, but at least they're ready, and that's what Barca does. And look at Kubarsi, look at Bolde, look at all these youngsters. Look at Fermin, look at Casado, look at Pablo Torre even, and they take up the mantle when the situation happens. Barca has been in the mud for a couple years now, and now they've been relying on academy players, and look at them this season. They're flying. So that's a really I think Real Madrid needs to work on. It's been like that since Zidane. It's been like that since you know, it's been like that for a little bit. Zidane, sure, he made Valverde. Um, he gave him a chance instead of Marcos Llorente, and I'm happy that's what happened. But there's so many youngsters and so many good talent Madrid's had, and they just let them slip through, and now they're just performing good in other teams like an Odegaard and Hakimi. Just so much talent, and I just hate to see that. And Nico Paz, and it's just I really want to see Madrid's academy grow. I think they have one of the most underrated academies, and no one sees it because they're not given the chance. So that's one thing about that, about the defense situation. Rodrygo was really a ghost this game as well. Rodrygo, I'm surprised why Carlos Ancelotti didn't sub him out way earlier. Brahim Diaz was given, he got subbed on way late when Sociedad was parking the bus, so he couldn't really do anything. If Madrid are slumping, I've been saying this forever, take out the player. I was fine, Endrick and Mbappe. Don't take out Vini because Vini was actually playing pretty decent. But Rodrygo, he was just not there. He was not there. So I think Brahim Diaz should have went in the game way earlier than he did. Same with Arda Güler. I think Arda Güler, same like with Endrick, deserves way, way more minutes because I think they're really underrated, and they'll, people flame them for being bench warmers, and I hate seeing that because they 100% could be starting in any team in the world, even Barca, because they have that talent. They really do, and I just hate seeing them on the bench, and I blame Carlos Ancelotti for that. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much Vini and Mbappe was just there. He got subbed in a little late. I went through like pretty much what happened during the games. It just next game is Valencia, I think at home, I believe. And tomorrow's Let's Go versus Barcelona. And since Madrid haven't kept a clean sheet in 6 matches, that just proves how bad Madrid's defense has really been. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Valencia, I feel they gotta, I think Endrick should start that game. Güler should start. Brahim Diaz should start. Fran Garcia should start. The games like against Valencia, I wouldn't mind seeing Vasquez play right back, but in important games like this, you gotta play Valverde right back. You really do, and a game like Valencia, that's when you should like give the players that deserve minutes of time. Sure, they're in a really close title race, but I trust in those players that they'll prove that what they got. So we'll see. Play Camavinga's natural position, play Tchouaméni's natural position, bench Jude. Bench the players because this game in Arsenal, I think it's at home. So yeah, you want to get a huge lead in this game because next year we're going to the Emirates, and that's not going to be easy, especially the second leg when you're away. That's it's really hard to do. So yeah, that's pretty much the insights. Dang, I was talking for 20 minutes. I really don't believe that. I thought I'm just yapping. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. This is my insights of Real Madrid versus Sociedad 5-4 in aggregate, and hope you guys enjoy.